We are wrapping up half a day of downsizing. It has been wet. We had a monsoon, but which is nice because we were in the garage, so it cooled things down. Most importantly, during all of this, my awesome wife made
cookies, and cookie dough.
Yeah, made what I would call a buttload of cookies and cookie dough, which is awesome. Then I just kicked a chair. For those of you keeping track, it is June 20th, Saturday afternoon. It looks pretty crazy, but we actually got a ton done. There's actually a lot of trash bags in here.
Organized chaos.
Yep, in case you didn't hear that, Shelly said organized chaos. So that's what we've got, and we'll be back at it when sorry about the darkness. We'll be back at it once we finish up our time hanging out with Wags and Scout, and keep working. So what's the hardest part of downsizing? My back. Alright, see you in a minute. Alright, a little after 6. It's Wednesday, and theoretically in a week, so next Thursday, not tomorrow, but next Thursday, as we're filming this, I'm taking a truckload of stuff to Texas. It's after we get all of our stuff situated and put in storage that we're keeping here in North Carolina. So here's where we're at. Yep, a lot of work to do. We're gonna get it done. Close the door. Still no air conditioning. It has been since the 9th of June. No air conditioning. Still waiting on the home warranty folks to approve or deny the claim. And but we're making progress. We're moving stuff out. We've sold some stuff, which is good. So thanks to Shelly, she sold quite a few items yesterday. Got a few more items we want to sell that we're not trying to take anywhere. And so now I am working on packing up some of our stuff here in the bedroom. And everything's kind of a jumbled mess because we had the realtor come and take photos, so we kind of shoved stuff in corners and out of the way for the photos. So now we got to kind of unpack all that stuff and actually pack it this time. So yay us, it's fun. So what's the biggest thing we learned about mirrors? What is up, guys? What's the biggest things we've learned so far about downsizing is it's not easy. Let me get it turned around here. Sorry, don't make you dizzy. But watching that ceiling fan in the background would have been even worse. So downsizing isn't easy. We're not trying to necessarily figure out what's going on, what we're going to take with us, because we kind of already know that. We kind of already have that because when we went out, when we drove south in January, we were planning on being gone for, well, 2 months. And so we kind of had a lot of our stuff already with us. So we need to add to that a little bit, but not a lot. And then we need to figure out what we're going to do with the other stuff. So the biggest part is figuring out what is your keepsake stuff. And actually, hold that thought. Figured I'd sit down for this one. What do you do with all your keepsake stuff? If you're like me, you're in your mid-50s, And you've got stuff from high school. You've got stuff from elementary school. You've got stuff from middle school or junior high school, depending on what you called it, wherever you're from. What do you do with all that stuff? Well, you have to ask yourself a hard question. Not what are you going to do with that stuff, but what are your kids or your spouse, if you pass first, or your family or whatever, what are they going to do with your stuff? If you look at it through that lens, it makes it a lot easier, because I threw away my Letterman jacket from high school last week. For a lot of people, that's a huge, huge deal. And it was kind of for me too, but I was able to do it. I mean, I saw the jacket, I was like, yeah, nobody wants this, and why am I keeping it? So I threw it away. You take a picture of stuff that's important, but not important enough to keep. Take a picture of it for memory's sake and let it go. So, I threw away a lot of high school stuff. I threw away a lot of elementary school stuff. We saved the pictures. We didn't throw away any pictures. Of course, the smart thing to do would be to digitize the pictures for a lot of reasons. Number one is a lot of the pictures I have were taken with the old Polaroid Instamatic camera, so they're fading, and they're going to continue to fade because that's just the quality of the paper. But we don't have time to do that right now, and we don't want to make time to do that, and we're not going to take them with us to get it done. Now, granted, we could take the box to, there's companies they'll digitize videos and pictures for you, but we don't want to take the time and expense to do that right now either. So we're going to put them in the storage locker, and we'll see what happens. I highly recommend everything that you can digitize. When it comes to reducing your keepsake pile. Do you need that Polaroid picture of you and your grandparents when you were 4 years old? You really don't. What you really need is a digital image scanned copy of that, because that'll last a lot longer and won't deteriorate over time. So you really don't need printed out pictures at all. If you have the time when you're downsizing, because we have a lot of pictures that are still in frames. We didn't put them up in this house. We didn't actually put them up in our previous home either. We've been in this one for 5 years. We're in the previous home for 2 or 3. And so we didn't put them up there either, but we have them. I have certificates that I got in high school that are in frames. And the frames are the original frames they were put in from high school. So what do you do with all that stuff? Do you really need that certificate? Maybe, maybe not. Depends on the certificate, depends on you. But at the very least, you should, scan and digitize those and save them that way. Save them in an online storage solution like Dropbox or Google Drive, iDrive. There's a bunch out there. OneDrive from Microsoft. A lot of them are free. Most of them are low cost. You save them up there. That way, they're good forever. I mean, they're not going to get lost if a fire happens, or they're not going to get eaten by bugs or anything like that. They're going to survive the test of time. So do that. The trinkets, I guess the best way to call them, take a hard look at yourself. And again, think, what are my kids or what are my survivors going to do with these items? Not what you want to do with you. What may have a huge emotional attachment to you has zero emotional attachment to your kids, because they don't know the story. They didn't live that part of your life where that item became significant to you. Now, for some items, 100%, your kids, your family, or whatever, they know that item is very special, important to you, and they would want to keep that to remember you by. And that's a great example. That's the alarm, that's the cuckoo clock that Shelly's grandfather had. And when he passed, it went to Shelly's parents. And when her dad passed, you know, we got that clock, and I love that cuckoo clock. Those of you who've been following us for a long time, and especially on our live streams, you've heard that cuckoo clock a lot, and I love it. It gives me, hearing the clock just tick tock back and forth, and the cuckoo clock is very soothing to me, and I like that. And I'm going to miss that in the RV, because you can't take cuckoo clock in the RV safely, because there's a lot of delicate gears and stuff in the cuckoo clock, and the road will just beat it up. So we're going to take that to my daughter and her husband, and so they can put it up and display it with pride in their new home. So if you have kids that are living in a small apartment or dorms or whatever right now, but you know, hopefully one day they'll be buying a home, and they may want some items that are in your current home. Those are the items that you probably should consider putting in storage. Now, if it's just, I mean, we'll swing around here. Okay, this is a Poang chair from IKEA. We've had it for a long time. We love it. But it's a IKEA chair that you can still buy today. So should we put that in storage? Probably not, because it's not that expensive, and you can get another one, so why take up the storage room space? But if it's a piece of furniture, you know, trinket or doodad, whatever that's important to your family history or that child's history, then yeah, put it in storage for them. We're going to be taking a lot of stuff to Texas that our daughter doesn't want necessarily right now, but she might want later, and it's her stuff. You know, her baby clothes, her, stuff like that. So she can do whatever she wants to with it when she gets it. There's no reason for us to hold on to it. We're in North Carolina. She's in Texas. Her husband's in the military. By the time they have kids, they could still be in Texas. They could be in Guam. They could be in Georgia. They could be in North Carolina. You don't know. So the best bet is to send that stuff now. But she has it now, and the military will move it for her wherever they go. So they'll have it when they need it. And that's the key. I've been monologuing now for quite a while, so I think it's time to stop. Get to work. Let's go get to work. I'm tired.